20s, got it for the 30s. Quarters in them halves, they be going fast. Call me for a sippy, I be there in a chippy. Quarter pill, half a pill, whole pill. I got it for the 20s, got it for the 30s. Quarters in them halves, they be going fast. Call me for a sippy, I be there in a chippy. Quarter pill, half a pill, whole pill. They took my Prada bag, fuck TSA. But it's okay, I got a plug in PA. I hit my cousin in New Jersey with the play. They see the 305 and now they want the yay. I can't slow down. I be with them Z's, I got them P's, call me Zopound. Haitian Fred when I'm in Mexico, we flew them birds down. When I say them birds, I mean them hoes, wipe your nose now. Cause you know the feds be listening to the flow now. I be flipping, I be whipping words to the sundown. Cause I can't afford to see no drought, I'm Lil Wayne now. Carter, my flow harder than the barter. Free Big Slime, free Big Will, he doing fine. I got it for the 20s, got it for the 30s. Quarters in them halves, they be going fast. Call me for a sippy, I be there in a chippy. Quarter pill, half a pill, whole pill. I got it for the 20s, got it for the 30s. Quarters in them halves, they be going fast. Call me for a sippy, I be there in a chippy. Quarter pill, half a pill, whole pill. They set up traps for you niggas on the gram. I set up traps and be looking for the yams. These new rappers only wanna be a fan. You gotta work, gotta hustle, make a plan. Keep your word on your business, gotta stand. Talk to my lawyer, I will never take the stand. How you a P, but now you snitching on the fam. I been a Z, we had to fight and use our hands. I can't slow down. Today I gotta make it, not tomorrow, nigga, right now. Take advantage of the moment, nigga, it's your time now. Go to work the label, yeah, the clock is on my mind. Empire, the deal is signed. I got it for the 20s, got it for the 30s. Quarters in them halves, they be going fast. Call me for a sippy, I be there in a chippy. Quarter pill, half a pill, whole pill. I got it for the 20s, got it for the 30s. Quarters in them halves, they be going fast. Call me for a sippy, I be there in a chippy. Quarter pill, half a pill, whole pill. GTW, the label, Empire, the distribution. The deal is signed. Quarter pill, half a pill, whole pill. Hey. Y'all know we had to bring in the episode like that. We had to bring in the episode, you know what I'm saying, with that Haitian Fred. But you don't already know what it is, what it ain't. It's the Work in Progress podcast. We back, we here on a new episode, and this is episode 16. Episode 16. It feels so good to be back. Went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. This is the Work in Progress podcast with your host, LCF. You know what I mean? Shout out again to my family in the building. Shout out to everybody live on TikTok. Shout out to everybody that's watching on excitementradio.com. I'm happy to be here. It's episode 16. We still flowing. We still consistent. We still putting in the work. We still growing. You know what I mean? And growth comes with failures. Growth comes with hard times. Growth comes with isolation. Growth comes with, a lot of the work that we got to do in the dark. You feel me? So, I wanted to kind of start the episode with that, man. Not to start on like a low note. It's really a high vibration note, but I just think people don't speak enough about the preparation time. You know what I'm saying? When you really building something like a business, a music career, a podcast career, just entrepreneurship. When you're working on something
personal, raising kids, anything that takes time to see anything that takes time for you to reap the benefits of, to see the fruits of your labor. I think people don't talk enough about that in between time where you have to prepare, where sometimes you have to go into isolation. You know what I'm saying? The studying, the long nights, you know what I'm saying, when it's just you and you're preparing for, a big moment, and you may not know how it's gonna be on the other side, but you have faith in what you do. To be great in anything, you have to practice, you have to prepare. You feel me? And those moments happen when nobody is looking. And those are the most important moments. You know what I'm saying? When you're not getting the praise, you're not getting the cheers, you're not getting the hooplas, you're not getting the encouragement, you're not getting that's when you have to become your everything. That's when you have to become your biggest cheerleader, your biggest motivator, your biggest everything. You know what I'm saying? You literally have to um um be that for yourself. And me, I'm a man of faith, I'm a man of God, so I lean on my faith, I lean on my scriptures. I do that heavily when I'm in those moments of preparation, because a lot of times those whispers could come into your ear, and kind of say, hey, you know what I'm saying, like, that try to tell you, like, you can't do this, or this is too much for you to handle. You're not cut for this. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear that voice. Man, maybe you should do something else. Maybe you should, go for the sure thing. Maybe you should take the safe route. What I'm here to say, and I'm here to tell y'all today, if you want to be great, fuck being safe. There is no safe route. There is no sure thing. There is not for those who are striving for greatness, not for someone that is, in this, entrepreneurial world that wants to create and build something for generations to come. That you want to hand something down to, the next generation of your family. There is no there is no safe route. There is no sure thing. There is none of that. So when those voices come into your head, you gotta attack them immediately. You can't let those voices of doubt linger. It's about attacking it immediately, because the longer you let it linger, then eventually it could convince you. And we not going for that. No, we not going for that. So, you know, it's about attacking. It's about attacking those voices in your head immediately. It's about being patient but staying active at the same time. I think that's the toughest part too. And I think that's the part that can't nobody really explain until you really in it. But there's an art of, when you're in a preparation stage, and you have to kind of slow down but continue to be active. You know what I'm saying? Preparation stage, you have to isolate yourself but continue to be social. You know what I'm saying? It's like a balance, and it's a weird balance that you have to maintain, because you isolate, and depending on your field, depending on what you do, it may still call for you to be some level of social. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do certain things, because you don't want to, everything you built up into that point, you don't want it to fall off. You feel me? So you have to be social, but you have to isolate yourself as well. You have to give yourself time to prepare for that next big thing that's coming. You have to give yourself time to another thing that isolation does is it gets rid of the people that's not supposed to be around you. You know what I'm saying? You really get to sit back and see who's who, what's what. People will fall off themselves. You know what I mean? You'll come to some realizations about people. You know, people would think, hey, you ain't got it no more, or you ain't hot no more, or you ain't this, you ain't that. And then you'll see them fall off. You'll see them fall back. You got to pay attention to that. You got to see who's really with you in the long run. Because when you come back outside from your isolation, from your preparation, you got to know who is next to you. You got to know who you should run with, who you shouldn't run with. So that's why it is important to sometimes slow down, dial it back, you know what I'm saying? And have a bird's eye view of what's going on. You feel me? But it's sometimes it's a tough place to be in. But I'll tell you, like I said, with me, this is one of the things that keep me social. You know what I mean? Like this is part of social, you feel me? Networking and staying active, doing my show, doing the things that matter to me. Cause a lot of times when you so much in the crowd and of the people, you start to do things that don't even benefit you. That's not even for you. You know, you start adapting other people's nature, and you start doing things for other people that doesn't serve you at all, which I know we are here to serve, don't get me wrong, but you can't continuously neglect what you need to serve other people. You know what I'm saying? It becomes draining. It becomes extremely draining. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, sometimes you get angry. You don't want to get to that boiling point. You feel me? And then everybody gonna look at you crazy like, what the fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you wanna don't neglect yourself because you're always serving other people. You know what I'm saying? And especially if they're not serving you, if you're not getting that in return, you're constantly filling someone else's cup, but no one is filling your cup. You gotta pull away. You gotta dial back from them type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's not gonna do you any good in the long run. It won't. You're gonna end up having some type of resentment towards those people, especially if it's a friend, a loved one, a partner. I mean, if it's a partner, then you shouldn't be with that person. You know what I'm saying? It's not a partner because partners are supposed to fill each other up. You feel me? So, man, that's just important, man. You got to pay attention to those things. Serving other people that don't serve you, that don't serve, your benefit. And like I said, there's certain things that you do and you just do it for the greater good. Absolutely. But if it's someone that's constantly around you, that's taking from you, that's pulling from you, and never giving anything back, then you gotta reevaluate who's around you. Like I said, that stuff gets draining. It gets draining, But yep. That was my intro. Hope that wasn't too sad or slow for y'all. I just wanted to get that out, man. Like I said, for anybody that's in those for anybody that's in that space right now of preparation, isolation, just know that you're constantly building. You know what I'm saying? You're not in that space right now to just curl up in a ball and to be alone. It's not for you to be lonely. It's not for you to go into a depressive state. No. It's for preparation. It's for building yourself. It's for your next big thing that's coming. This is the time for you to prepare for your next big break. You know what I'm saying? Because it's coming. And when those things come, the window of opportunity, it opens and it closes. It doesn't just stay open. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be ready to jump through that window when those opportunities come. And when that window open, you have to be ready. So right now is the get ready time. Get ready. Don't miss those windows of opportunity. Yeah, man. We here. Just to talk some sports real quick, man. Shout out to the New York Knickerbockers. You know what I'm saying? Them boys pulled out a miraculous win last night. If you didn't see it, they won in the closing seconds of the game by 1 point. Jalen Brunson took the game winner. He missed the 3-point. It was a deep 3-point shot. He missed it off the front iron of the rim, but here came his teammate OG Odano. I'm sorry if I mispronounce his name. I'm gonna just call him OG because it starts with OG. But OG came in crashing the boards and over 7'7" Wimbiana, and you know what I'm saying? No box out from no Spurs. He jumped up off the miss and tipped the ball back in for the win. Man, this was an amazing game for so many reasons. Not only because it was a buzzer beater, but also because the New York Knicks were down 29 points to the Spurs at a certain point. They were down by 29. You know what I'm saying? I thought the game was over. I ain't gonna hold you. I took a nap. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna front and act like I didn't wake up this morning and saw the highlight of the game-winning shot. I went to sleep. I was exhausted. I've had a long week so far. Overnights, early mornings, late nights, early mornings. So last night was my catch-up sleep. You know what I'm saying? Last night was my catch-up sleep. Shout out. Shout out to y'all, man, in the live. I appreciate you, love. Yeah, what was I? I slept. Last night was my catch-up sleep. You know what I'm saying? So, I saw the game and I was just like, oh man, Spurs is about to win. We about to go 2-2 back to New York. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not back to New York, but they about to go 2-2 back to San Antonio. San Antonio have all the momentum now going back to San Antonio. To my surprise, and woke up and saw that the New York Knicks made the game winner to come. They came back and won the game in the last second, man. The stadium crowd was going nuts. Shout out to the New York Knicks fans. They've been extremely loud and energetic, and I can't even put the words to it. They've been extra, from inside the stadium to outside the stadium to all the content I'm seeing being created by the Knicks fans. I mean, I saw some stuff that they've been doing. You know, you could tell they jits by some young kids outside. I don't agree. I don't like it. I see anybody they see with a Spur jersey on, they jumping them, they ripping the jersey off of them, they burning it. I just hope everybody stays safe. I pray for the safety of everybody. I hope that don't, it look violent. I just hope it don't turn into anything deadly. You feel me? But I think I've seen several videos and it looked like it's starting to turn into a sport, because after the first video came out, I felt like that would behoove any Spur fans to don't put on a Spur jersey and then just go walk the streets of New York after the game. Like, that's dumb. You feel me? You see what's happening online. But I'm seeing people doing it over and over. So I'm assuming, like, is this a game? Like, are people purposely putting on the Spurs jersey so they could see if they could escape this? You know what I'm saying? They could fight off the crowd. It looked like it's becoming a game. So I don't know. Like I said, I just don't want to see. I don't want to see anything in the news where it's like somebody seriously got injured, somebody was hospitalized, or somebody end up dead. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the last thing. That's the last thing that we wanna see. Yeah, I did start early today. I started early. Shout out to Nika. She in the chat. She the number one viewer, top viewer of the Work in Progress podcast. I started a little bit early today because I'm gonna jet out a little early. Got some work to get to in the outside. But just wanted to come in here and chop it up real quick, do a quick what I'm saying, holla to the people. You see, been on my grind. Definitely been on my grind. I'm working on some new businesses. I'm building some new systems right now. So in due time, I will talk about it. But it's been taking up a lot of the hours of my day. Like I said, when you building something from scratch, you starting a new business. you got to dedicate yourself to it. You know what I'm saying? You got to lock in. You got to dedicate yourself. You can't start and quit. You can't feel, you're going to get frustrated at sometimes because things not going to go as smoothly, but you got to stay the course. You got to stay the course. So right now I'm in that season of staying the course of some new things while still making sure the things that I've built, it get its proper attention. Just like the New York Knicks did when they came back from down 29 to beat the San Antonio Spurs. So if it's anything, man, anything that you will learn that you could take from that game is, dog, never quit. It is not over until it's over. It's not over until that buzzer beater sounds. It's never over. It's never over. You could be down. You could be out. You could be on your last breath, your last leg. It is never over until it's over. So don't stop playing. Imagine if the Knicks would have quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, you know what? We down 29. We'll just chalk this up and then we'll go, game 5 and try to win that. No. They kept on fighting. They kept on playing. They kept on shooting. And guess what? It came down to their best player, Jalen Brunson, taking a 3-point shot. The best player on the team. And a lot of times, what players tend to do when the best player on the team takes a shot, and it's the last shot of the game, they get stuck watching the ball, just kind of praying it goes in and hoping it, feeling that it will go in because that's their team leader. That's their guy. But guess what? As a teammate, you don't just stand there and just wait and hope your guy. You go and give him support. So what OG did was OG ran to the basket. He ran to the play. And as soon as that ball bounced off the front of the rim, OG jumped up and tipped it in for the game winner. Never give up. It's never over until it's over. It don't matter how things look. It don't matter what your situation is. It don't matter how bad things are going. If you breathing, if you alive, you better not quit. You better not quit. And that was one of the main things I took away from yesterday's game. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to flip it and turn it into a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about. But no, man. Yeah, man. So I'm excited. I got BET Awards in LA coming up. I will be in LA June 25th through the 29th for the BET Hip Hop Music Awards. It's going to be live in LA. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm in preparation for that as well. Yeah, I got a lot of things to get prepared for that. But the two main things are already settled. My flight, of course, and my room and board. You know what I'm saying? I got my flight, I got my room and board, I got somewhere to sleep. You know what I mean? So the two main things are taken care of. Everything else is going to be, lights, camera, action. It's time to go into full play. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, Nika got me. She making sure I stay on point. She making sure I share the live. Saying, did I share the live? You came on here early. Technically, I didn't come on here early. Technically, my show is from 7 to 9 p.m. But usually, I'll start the live around, 7:30, 8 o'clock. You feel me? And then, go into 9. So technically, I wasn't early, but yeah, I went live early. You know what I'm saying? But Nika, since you are, I'm about to just give you the ranks to be my operations manager. You know what I'm saying? Share the live. You feel me? Don't forget to share the live, y'all. Anybody that's watching, share the live and let them know the Work in Progress podcast is here, you know what I mean? And live in effect. What else I got going on? I got a new mixtape dropping. I don't even think I said this on this show yet. I don't think I told everybody. But if I didn't, I got a new mixtape dropping on Juneteenth. And that's next Friday. That's June 19th. Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? Job Not Done. Job Not Done. It's a continuance of the album that I dropped in the beginning of the year, Varsity Blues 3. Still got more to say. This is going to be, a piggyback off of Varsity Blues 3, Job Not Done. The job ain't done. It's never done. Like I said, just like the game last night, the job ain't done. Does it look like it's done? Nah, it ain't done. We still got more to do. We still got more to say. We still got more to prove. You feel me? We still got more bread to collect. We still got more, you know what I'm saying? Heads to come at. Still got more to say. Still got more to get off my chest. Job Not Done. June 19th. On Juneteenth. New mixtape. And when I say mixtape, I mean mixtape. You know what I'm saying? It's not an album. It's not an EP. No, it's a mixtape. Meaning you going to get original beats. You going to get instrumental freestyles. You know what I'm saying? You going to get some interludes. You going to get some shit talking. You going to get a lot of shit talking. A lot of shit talking. I ain't even gonna hold you. You're gonna get a lot of shit talking. You know what I'm saying? You might get a DJ cut on there. It's nothing. It's not polished. It's not, this ain't for the labels. This ain't for woody woo. This is mixtape. This is for my people. It's for everybody. Honestly. Anybody who love rap, who love hip hop, who love, you know what I'm saying, bars, beats, just organic shit, you know what I mean? Just like raw, uncut. This is for y'all. Job Not Done mixtape dropping June 19th. And you know how else is a mixtape? It ain't gonna be on streaming platforms. You feel me? So I'm not confining to any type of streaming regulations. No, none of that. We gonna drop it for free on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? We gonna drop it on SoundCloud. What other free music sites there are? Bandcamp. I heard Dat Piff mixtapes is still booming. We might go ahead and reach back out to Dat Piff and drop it on Dat Piff. We gonna take it back to Dat Piff. Why the fuck not? Job Not Done mixtape dropping June 19th. You know what I mean? Know what I'm talking about? Shit. Definitely gotta drop a freestyle. Probably drop that shit tomorrow. We'll see how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? We'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, man, we got that dropping. We got the LA trip coming end of the month. In July, we going to Atlanta for the Fancy Show. You know what I mean? For the Fancy Show, I will be performing. Excitement Radio is going on the road to Atlanta for the very first time to perform live. So, man, the calendar is filled, man. Between June and July, I ain't start filling up for August yet, which is Big Leo season. That's my birthday month. Don't forget it. August 16th. August 16th is LCF, the Big Z birthday. It's early, but it's around the corner. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to throw that out there, man. If y'all wanna get the Z something special, you feel me? You know what I mean? Birthday in August 16th. But yeah, man, I'm excited, for everything that's coming. Like I said, I just been in a real preparation, isolation mode, while still working, building infrastructures. Like I said, while we in this mode, it's important to keep your head strong and to keep the right people around you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to keep too much people around you. Sometimes you got to, jab in and out, you know what I'm saying, of certain scenes and, certain people or whatever. But it's preparation to get back and to put your best foot forward. You feel me? What else? What we talking about? Oh, July 28th? Ah, Nika, you a Leo? Oh, okay. Maybe we discussed this before. Listen, I just accepted us August Leos, which is the real Leos, you know what I'm saying? We just accepted July Leos, you know what I'm saying? We accept y'all, you feel me? We let y'all into the barbecue. It's okay. I just really started fucking with July Leos, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? One of my best friends is a July Leo, so it's all good. Y'all, you know what I mean? Back in the day, I don't know. Y'all was a little shaky. Y'all used to be a little shaky. Now, I fuck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with y'all. I'll fuck with y'all. y'all warm the party up. Y'all, the July Leos, they kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like the appetizer. It's like the appetizer before. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. I'll fuck with y'all, man. We all Leos. We always really represent for our season, man, and hold it down. But it is what it is. Gemini season. Shout out to the Geminis as they continue to celebrate their season. I ain't really see too much Gemini stuff going up, but shout out to Tia MIA. She's another one that be in the live, always supporting. She had her birthday 2 days ago on the 9th. So happy birthday again to Tia MIA. And she dropped her new single, Lifestyle. Still waiting on that one, Tia. Send that over to me, Lifestyle. You know what I mean? What else? What else did I want to touch on today, man? What else did I want to touch on today? I came in really to the studio freestyling today. I actually didn't come with any books. I didn't even stop. I've been out moving around all day, running errands, taking care of stuff for my people, my pops, my mama. Shout out to them for making such a superstar of a son. You know what I mean? Shout out to them, my dad and my mom. But I was taking care of their behalfs today. I didn't even go back to the crib to change up. You see, I'm in my on the go stuff. Got my been on my grind t-shirt on, you know what I'm saying? Got the merch on. Shout out to OG Gigavelli and the live, man, doing great things, man. Let me tell you something about OG, man. If he's still up in here, man, I want you to know, dog, everything. I want to say, like, I felt like a new career started for me ever since I went on OG show. You feel me? And that's you know what I mean? The What They Do podcast. Ever since I went on the What They Do podcast, man, I felt like it started the beginning of my new career, and everything has been on an upward since then. You feel me? It really kicked everything off for me, and I just wanted to say thank you to OG Gigavelli for that, and the What They Do podcast. And I see, how they've taken off. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing great things in the city of Miami. He's always at all the big events. He got big people pulling up to his show. You feel me? I was, you know what I'm saying? I like to say I was one of the first. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that I was the first artist to be on, the What They Do podcast, but your boy started a trend, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? After your boy touched the carpet, you know what I'm saying? I done seen some greats go over there to the What They Do podcast, and man, it's an amazing platform. I advise any artist, any entrepreneur that really take themselves seriously and want to gain a fan base and want to tell their story and have the proper person interview them that's going to highlight their story. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about OG didn't know me coming in to do his show, but he did his research on me. He did his homework on me. So by the time when I came on the show, he knew so much about me. The conversation was so fluid, dog. It was just a real conversation. It was a real talk. He knew what to ask me, and he knew a lot of stuff about my music, and he was genuinely a fan. And since then, he's continued to support me and my platform and everything that I'm doing. So I'm talking about somebody that's interviewed Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a huge platform, but he's still in touch, in tune with everything that's going on in the city. So shout out to OG Gigavelli and the What They Do podcast. Like I said, since I did that show, my career has been, everything has been on the up and up. And I, gave me encouragement to start my own thing, start my own podcast. You feel me? So, man, shout out to them boys. And yeah, man, speaking of the career, man, like I said, I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be in this position. I don't take any of it for granted. I don't take any of it for granted. It's so many positive things happening. I try not to pay attention to the negative, even though it's there. It's about paying attention to the positive. It was one thing I learned about stewardship. You know, stewardship is one of my biggest lessons, in multiple seasons that I've been working on. And for the longest I've been, reading up on stewardship and just kind of, focusing on that. But it was like the definition of it really didn't hit me until the other day. And it was really stewardship. It's not about how much you have, but it's really about what you do with what you have. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people, they think they got to have a lot, before they could start practicing stewardship. And that's not the case at all. Really reading the Bible and reading the scripture and then listening to my pastor really taught me a lot about stewardship. And it's really about doing what you do with what you have. You feel me? And I feel like stewardship is even more powerful when you have very little, but you manage to do a lot with that little that you have. And I feel like that's the real test. If you can manage properly what you have and do a lot of good with what you have, then you'll be blessed with an abundance of everything: money, wealth, health, family, love, whatever you want out of life. You have to first show that you can handle what you have right now. You got to first show that you're a great steward of what you're managing right now. Because if you can't show that you can manage, what you have in front of you, how can you manage a table full? You know what I'm saying? Like, it won't happen. You probably will crash out. You probably use it, for the wrong things. So, that's what I've really come to realize what stewardship really stands for and what it really means. And it's given me a different perspective, a lot of my situation and other people's situation, because I've seen other people with a lot more and do a lot less. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in my field alone, I see the things that I've done versus what other people do, knowing what, knowing what cosign or what backing or what X, Y, and Z other people have, which I don't even try to pay attention to other people's bag. But learning stewardship made me realize that, like, yo, you're doing a lot with, with less. And that's a great thing. That's a great sign, because you're showing and you're proving to yourself that you can handle more. You can handle that bag when it comes. You can handle, the abundance of what God has for you when he drops it on you. He's showing you showing that. You showing that you can handle, responsibility. You feel me? So just know you're not going to get that abundance of what you're looking for until you can handle what's in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And you could spread that out. You feel me? Shit, God, what they said, Jesus, he fed, a crowd of people with pieces of bread and fish. You know what I'm saying? What was it, like, a loaf of bread or something? You know what I mean? And one fish, one snapper, one red snapper. You feel me? Fed a crowd of people. That's stewardship. That's a sign of stewardship. He knew how to spread what he had. He knew how to feed a crowd of people and had some left over. So I think stewardship is one of my biggest lessons. Definitely what I'm learning. It takes adjustment, but if you practice that each day, you'll see that pot starts to grow larger and larger and larger and larger. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. What other lessons I got for y'all today? I ain't even doing the gossip, man. I ain't even doing that today. Like I said, this was kind of just off the whim. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, it's I was gonna postpone today's show because I had so much work to catch up on. I got 2 episodes that I haven't uploaded yet, and that I still gotta edit as well. But I said, nah, regardless, you gotta show up. You gotta show up. You gotta show up every time. If you're not feeling it, you sick, mentally down, mentally not feeling it, like, show up. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Show up. Because this is part of the process. This is part of, getting out of that sometimes. This is part of getting out of that rust. You know what I mean? This is part of getting out of that fog. You feel me? This is part of being able to talk and express yourself. You feel me? Especially when you feel like you don't have other people to really talk to, you know what I'm saying? Or that's going to understand how you feel, what you going through. You know what I mean? This is one of my outlets. You feel me? So, like, even when you're not feeling it, show up. Show up. Show up. Even if you're not at your best, show up. You feel me? Because you don't know who needs to hear what you got to say. You feel me? So, I'm here, y'all. We going to go into a music break, though, real quick. We going to pay some of these bills, and then we going to bounce back. I don't know. We going to see. We going to see what we going to jump back into, you know what I'm saying, when we bounce back. But you already know, man, it's the Work in Progress podcast with your boy, RCF. You know what I mean? Let's pay these bills. Let's pay these bills.
Crooked way to be a millionaire. Home scene, nigga fall off, nigga right back to ball, a nigga grinding me and off of no Z. Never played them pump.
Y'all, is The Real DJ Red. Make sure you check me out right here on Excitement Radio each and every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the morning turn-up, where we get your weekend started right here. Once again, make sure you tell a friend, text a friend, let them know that it's going on. It's the morning turn-up from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. each and every Thursday right here on Excitement Radio. Our world, our way.
It help a nigga here live, run away. Can't get lost up in the game. And I smoke on this weed until my mind go blank. It help a nigga here live, run away. Life hit me crazy, can't get lost up in the game. Think about my ride, going in, can't overthink it. Nah, all my niggas get it done. Busting down the 28, all of the 24. We spend that money on clothes, cause we like clothes. And spend that money on hoes, cause we like hoes. We never know where the night go. We going to the light show. And when the light show, it's just another light show.
Let's go. Shout out to that boy, Big Lou, Light Show. Let's go.
Shit is a part, nigga. I'm from where it's hard. Nigga, with them niggas bring out six when it's time to slide. Them just like hard niggas. No nigga fuck hard niggas. All our column shit heartless. Nigga, I rather leave a nigga dead in the street. Flip beam in the garden, nigga. Bustin' out the whip, bustin' out the street. And hide some choppers on my left and right. Look like they let 'em ride. Feel like a nigga live in the sky. My bitches is fly. Look like they light up in the eye. Look in the eye. Nah. Smoke on this weed until my mind go blank. It help a nigga here live, run away. Life hit me crazy, can't get lost up in the game. Think about my heart going in, can't overthink it. Nah, all my niggas get it done. Busting down the 28, all of the 24. We spend that money on clothes, cause we like clothes. And spend that money on hoes, cause we like hoes. We never know where the night go. We going to the light show. And when the light show, it's just another light show. Light show, this is how life goes. Nah, I smoke on this weed until my mind go blank. It help a nigga here live, run away. Life hit me crazy, can't get lost up in the game. Think about my problems, knowing nigga can't overthink it. Man, it took so many years for me to finally feel alright. Now I'm alright, I love living my life. I had to hustle through the struggle, keep my faith alive or die. I ain't wanna be alive, but I'm being alive. I'm traveling all around the world.
Yeah. We back. And that was Big Lou. That record that I just played was Big Lou, Light Show. Shout out to Big Lou. That's my homie, you know what I'm saying? Haitian representative. He was out there for that Haitian exhibition game a week ago. I want to say that was against Peru. Yeah, that Haitian exhibition game. Shout out to Big Lou. He was out there with what's that big blogger, Maiden Dade? Only and Dade, Only and Dade. He was out there with Only and Dade, did some interviews for them. So, man, shout out to Big Lou doing big things. But in that record, man, he said something that I wanted to touch on. I actually seen some people, I seen an interview earlier today, and they was having this debate. You know what I'm saying? So in the song, you know, Big Lou says, we spend our money on clothes because we like clothes. We spend my money on hoes because we like hoes. Spend our money on hoes because we like hoes. And that ain't no secret. That ain't no secret. That's been, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas been spending money on hoes since the beginning of time. You feel me? But this was the big question, right? So we seen a lot of things happen on social media. We seen the new. I didn't see it myself, but there was a Diddy sex tape that leaked with Daphne. That was one of his ex-girlfriends, which also happened to be 50 Cent's baby mama. You know what I'm saying? So we understand a little bit more why that 50 Cent and Diddy beef. You know what I'm saying? Why 50 was going so hard at Diddy. But anyway, you know, after that tape leak, you know, Daphne, she's gone on and she's done like a bunch of interviews. You feel me? She's on like a whole like interview tour right now. Oh my God, you ain't seen it? No, I didn't know. I've you know, this is why I didn't see the tape. So as if I would have found out about the tape, right? And like I didn't hear about it from anybody else, I probably would have gone and checked it out. You know what I'm saying? Let me go see let me go check it out. But because I had heard everybody talk about the tape already, then now it's like I don't even want to go watch it. You feel me? Like I've heard everybody talk about it. I've heard what's on it, and I hear what everybody's mainly paying attention to. So now if I go watch it, it's like, okay, I'm going to watch it for that one thing. And I'm not even trying to, I ain't even, I'm not even, I'm not, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why everybody want to go watch the tape now, because they talking about Diddy's manhood. You feel me? So it's like, now that I know that that's like the main thing everybody talking about, I don't want to go watch the tape. That's like I already have secondhand embarrassment for the man. Like, bruh, like, I don't want to feel like, bruh. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I heard enough about the tape where I don't have to go and watch it. You know what I'm saying? So, but back to Daphne, back to the chick. You know, I guess when the tape leaked, she put out a statement, you know, of course, the typical, you know, hey, you know, this was, you know, done without my acknowledgement. Whoop-de-woo, you know, the typical statement that's usually put out when a sex tape is leaked. Not more than 24 hours later, she got the sex tape on her OnlyFans and is doing like a 80% off to join her OnlyFans to watch the sex tape. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting to a point. So she did that, and then she went on interviews. The most notable interview she went on Academics. Academics is the number one podcaster, number one, you know, social media platform, you know, in the business right now. So she went on the biggest platform to talk to Academics, and the whole time, like, she doing her womanly thing. She like flirting. Academics is talking about paying her $10K. She giggling, laughing. And listen, I watched that interview. I'm not going to front. She handled herself. She is riding the wave of this newfound stardom. You feel me? So my thing is, like, she didn't feel offended. I didn't see her offended about anything. While DJ Academics was talking about the boy she was taking in the video, Diddy, whoop-de-woo. Like she wasn't offended about anything. She was laughing. She was talking about if academics could fuck on the first night, like all type of shit, right? So back to the point, the topic that I was watching earlier in the interview, shout out to Ray Daniels. He has a great platform as well. I was watching his show, and they were talking about how hoes have no shame. Like there's no shame in hoeing anymore, to where like it's just accepted. Before it used to be in the background, like, okay, like everybody not everybody, but niggas love hoes, but it used to be in secret. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, all right, ho, you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't put my business, you can't come out in the forefront. But now it's out in the forefront and there's no shame about it. Like hoeing is like, it's a cool thing to come out, especially if you've been hoeing for somebody famous and rich. It's like, you can't wait for that tape to come out and let everybody know that you's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the thing now. So the question was, who's to blame for it? Is it men, or is it women, or is it the music? Who's to blame the fact that there's no shame in hoeing anymore? So at first, one of the guys on the show, he blamed the music, but he blamed it on women music. He blamed it on female rap. He went to the City Girls, which I felt like was not right. I don't feel like the City Girls was the ones that made hoeing like acceptable. You feel me? But that was like his earliest thing he could go to. And Ray Daniels chimed in and was just like, no. It started before that. And Ray, he kind of said he blamed it on, if we're going to just talk about music, he blamed it on Wayne, on Lil Wayne. He was like, yo, Lil Wayne kind of started it. Lil Wayne he made popular the phrase popular, it ain't tricking if you got it. He's like, yo, he made that phrase popular. And it started an influx of openly saying like, hey man, if you tricking, it's cool. Like you got the bread. You know what I'm saying? Trick ain't nothing. It ain't shame. You shouldn't be ashamed for tricking. That was another thing. Tricking used to be something niggas was ashamed of. Like if you was paying for pussy, like that wasn't something that you bragged about. That wasn't something that was like glamorous. You feel me? Like you paying for pussy. Like that was nothing cool. But when rappers made it cool, eventually it became the thing. It became cool. Like it was in everybody's records. You start seeing these receipts coming out of people cutting checks, you know what I'm saying, for these Instagram models to, woo-de-woo-de-woo. So it was just like, damn, the first thing was to kind of blame it on the women, but it was just like, nah, it's the niggas. Like it's our fault. You know what I'm saying? Like it's our fault. We made hoeing acceptable. You feel me? Like and for people not to be ashamed about it. You know what I mean? Like it was the being able to spend excess money to have whatever you want. So once you start putting that on Front Street and you make it cool, you think the women are gonna stay in the background for a long time? Nah, like you open up the gate. You started talking about it, and hey, if it ain't tricking, if you got it, if tricking is something to stick your chest out about, then hoeing is too. You feel me? So, and I agree. I feel like once niggas start really cutting checks and like big checks, you know what I'm saying, for some of these doms, like, and plus mixed with social media, now these doms gonna start talking. A side chick is not gonna stay quiet anymore. A hoe not gonna stay quiet anymore about what y'all doing. You feel me? Now it's social media, it's money involved, and there's more ways to get money. So guess what? Once you cut her off she could go and make her own money now. She gonna go talk about what y'all did. She gonna talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like everything y'all was involved in. She gonna find a way to keep that bread flowing, you feel me, off her hoeing. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But the one thing that I said, I felt like the one thing that I blamed women on, this the thing that I find weird sometimes. Women who are not hoes, and this is just from what I've seen and what I've heard, women that are not hoes don't shame women that are hoes and that bring it out. If anything, I see women that are not hoes, and I know certain girls like, yo, you're not even like that. You don't stand for that type of stuff. I've seen them like support hoes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, girl, like, get your money, girl. Da, 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 da. Like, man, you don't even you don't believe in that. You don't subscribe to that. Why you praising that? You know what I'm saying? And I felt like if more women, stand-up women, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that hold themselves to a certain way, to a certain standard, if they, you know what I'm saying, shamed, you know what I'm saying, the women out here that are hoes, maybe they wouldn't feel as comfortable, you know what I'm saying, being out here and like just praising the stuff that they doing. Because my thing is like, yo, this stuff is on the internet. It's gonna stay for your kids to see, for their kids, but you know what I'm saying, your whole family could see this shit. Like, this is the internet, you feel me? So I don't see how like glorifying this is on the internet, not when it used to be in the background, but glorifying this on the internet, I feel like it's like, yo, I got a call coming in, I'll call him back. But yeah, glorifying this on the internet is like, yo, this shit lives here forever, you feel me? But that was my only thing. How I lie all day, what I lied about is, you see, you can't just think about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at the landscape. And that's another thing too. When I talk to women that are not hoes, that hold themselves, you know what I'm saying, respectable women that hold themselves to a certain standard, it's like when you explain to them the hoetry that's going on, it's like they're like, no, like they don't believe it. Like, no, women are not like that. Yes, they are. What do you mean? Like, look around. You're not like that, and maybe your peer group is not like that, but there's plenty of hoes. You know what I'm saying? That's doing whole activities. You know what I mean? So yes, I see a lot of women that are not on that type of time still like praise that type of activity. It's just what I've seen. I've seen women hype up other women that be on that type of time, knowing that they don't represent any of that. You know what I'm saying? That's been my only gripe with, you know, you feel me, with just the whole thing of like, okay, whose fault is it? Is it women? Is it men? But nah, I'm gonna chalk it up and I'm gonna say the men got to do better. The men have to stop using the, you know, money as a way of I can't even say that with a straight face. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. I'm lying. Okay, whatever. But what I'm saying is, man, y'all gotta choose wisely who you lay up with, who you make a baby with. That's big. Choose wisely who you make a baby with, and, you know, choose wisely who you do certain things with. If you do certain things with a woman that's promiscuous, just know that down the line it's gonna come back to bite you. You feel me? Like, if you're doing stuff with a woman that's of the night, that's of the streets, you know what I'm saying, that you know that's not wifey material, and you doing things with her in private that you wouldn't want to see the day of light, boy, be careful, because one day it will see the day of light. She is not going to hold you down. She is not going to hold you down. And she will take down your whole shit. she will destroy you. You feel me? So yeah, man, we got to be more we just got to be more conscious of who we decide to lay with and who we decide to procreate with and build a future with, because like I said, that could either be the rise of your empire or it could be the downfall of it. So we got to just choose wiser. Like my mama said, either you got to choose better or change yourself. You know what I'm saying? And once you change yourself, then you'll attract better. And I'm a firm believer of that. I'm a firm believer of it starts with the self. It starts with your center core. If you improve who you are, you improve your aura, you purify your aura, then you're gonna attract more purity back as well. You're also gonna attract the non-pure. And I'm a big testament of that. Like I say recently, I have been giving off a certain aura, you know what I'm saying? And it attracts good and it attracts bad. You know, you just have to, you got to make the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a man. As a man, especially when you are doing the things that you're supposed to and you start giving off that aura, they all gonna come running. You're gonna attract them all. You feel me? And you got to choose wisely. You got to choose wisely. You feel me? Think about that type of the aura you want to keep on building on, because someone could come into that and dim your light. You know what I'm saying? The wrong energy could come in and take from you instead of contribute to what you got going on. Just like what I said earlier. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay away from people that just take and never give anything to you. You feel me? So yeah, man, that was my lesson. That was my lesson of the day. We all love hoes, but they got no shame no more. So they will take you down. And who started it? Whose fault is it? It's our fault. Men, we got to take accountability. We have to take accountability. We got to. You know what I'm saying? It's our fault. It's our fault. You feel me? But I'm going to go back into a commercial break. You know what I'm saying? Play some music, and then we're going to come back and wrap up the show. All right? It's the Work in Progress podcast.
Yo, if I ain't body in the booth or ain't killing that stage, I'm running home to tune into Excitement Radio. You already know. Yours truly, Powers.
Day Black Snow, live and direct right here on Excitement Radio. And don't forget, every Thursday at 4 p.m., check out my show, the Thorough Throwback Mix Show, the bully of all throwbacks. Get a lead pass.
We still let the spin, y'all.
The world is watching. This is Mic Check Wynwood Season 4. 32 exclusive artists, one global stage. From every corner of the planet, they're bringing their best single. Because this is not a rap battle, it's single versus single. Every genre, every style, every voice welcome. In July 2026, the heat hits Wynwood. The stakes? A $2,000 prize and a single distribution deal that could change everything. The competition? Fierce. The energy? Electric. The audience? Global fans will witness history as artists go head-to-head, track for track in the ultimate test of creativity, skill, and star power. Who will rise? Who will own the summit? Sign up now at MicCheckWynwood.com and lock in your spot. This summer, the mic is yours. Mic Check Wynwood Season 4. The world is listening.
Yes. Mic Check Wynwood Season 4, y'all, July 26th. It's a big artist competition. Shout out to everybody that's supporting the big event. Mic Check Wynwood Season 4. They're on Season 4, man. And what it is a big head-to-head artist tournament. It's a 3-day tournament with performers going head-to-head. And it's not a rap battle. It's single versus single. So you bringing your best work out. You bringing your best song, your best single, and you going head-to-head with another artist who's going to perform their best single. And if you make it to the next round, don't just come with one song. Come with at least 3 to 4 songs deep. You know what I'm saying? Because once you make it to the next round, then you're going with a new single, a new song. You're gonna go head to head with another rapper that made it to the next round. You know what I mean? So it's 3 days of competition, and you first prize gets a big distribution deal. You feel me? And along with other cash prizes available. All right. So that's Mic Check Wynwood, July 26th, and your boy LCF, your very own Mr. GTW Go to Work, will be performing at the halftime of that big event. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a lot to show out for, man. Make sure y'all pull up July 26th. Get your tickets for Mic Check Wynwood. All right. So, man, with that being said, man, it's been a great evening with y'all. Again, this was episode 16. You feel me? We're on the other side. You feel me? Of 10, leading closer to the big 20th episode, man. I want to do something special for the 20th episode. I'm gonna do something special. You know, I haven't thought of it completely yet, but definitely want to do something special. Maybe have a special guest. Maybe have a special celebration. We'll see. But for the 20th episode, I definitely want to do something special for y'all, man. And we getting closer. Yo. We here. I'm here. I'm blessed to be here with y'all. I'm happy that y'all been sticking with me every Thursday. Y'all been tuning in. Y'all been tapped in. Everybody that tunes in from theexcitementradio.com, from my TikTok live family, you already know how much I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And in the YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. That is Work in Progress Podcast. You feel me? On YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing. And that's another thing, man. I'm averaging a new subscriber every day. So I'm excited about that. Keep on subscribing. Please, y'all. I'm trying to get my first 100 subscribers. It's still a new channel. I'm still building, and I need y'all help to build. Build with me. So go subscribe, all right? And ring that bell. You feel me? So you can get all the latest updates. You can get all my shorts, and you can watch the full episode of every episode on my YouTube channel. All right? Again, it's your boy LCF. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe this weekend. It'll be a work weekend for me. You know, like I said, we in preparation for some things, working on some new projects. And then next week, we dropping the mixtape. So we finna pop out next week. You know what I'm saying? With some new music in the atmosphere, new mixtape dropping. Job not done. The job not done. The job never done. The job never done. You know what I'm saying? And it really ain't done right now. We got some more work to get to. This is the Work in Progress Podcast with LCF. GTW, Mr. Go to Work and Let It Stack. Peace.